What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tony, aka Offroadgaming. Tonight, I got a new guest, an old guest, and partially an invisible guest. I got my co-host, the Champ 2025. I guess he's going with that name tonight, and we also got our boy Colt. Tonight's episode is going to be a little bit different from the normal episodes we do. On one of the things we're going to be talking about tonight will be the developer direct that recently just went on, as well as we're going to be talking about a giveaway. Got a couple of little things. Obviously, the giveaway will be, based on, comments, likes, subscribes, and viewers. So if you're not a user already, join the channel. If you are, leave a comment, leave a subscribe. The whole 9 yards. Do everything that's got to be done at this point. So tonight we're going to start off with Champ. Champ, you can tell us a little bit about the developer direct and what you think about it, and then from there we'll get some insight from Colt. We also have two more guests coming tonight. They're not here. Their plane is running a little late.
Yeah. Well, with the developer direct, it was basically they showed off 4 games. One was withheld from general public until they decided to go straight into it. But basically, 2 games I'm really not looking forward to. It's like South of Midnight or whatever the hell.
I wonder why.
And the other one is called Obscure Expedition 33.
Oh my
God. Look, I'm sorry. Those 2 games aren't on my radar.
The most original games out of that lineup you don't want.
They're the most original games, but I get it. But those 2 games aren't on my radar. The 2 games that are on my radar are Doom: The Dark Ages and what most people thought was a dead franchise. I'm talking about Ninja Gaiden 4. Yes, it has been since March 20th, 2012.
Champ, where'd you go?
Bitch, I was getting some information, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't think anybody, said it was kind of like a dead franchise or thought that, they knew it would come back. It's just, was obviously going to be a little delay with the studio and everything that used to do it.
Well, the way that Ninja Gaiden 3 was made, it didn't sell too well, and we all thought that game was gonna die. We all thought Ninja Gaiden was dead. I mean, yeah, they remade Ninja Gaiden 1, remastered that one. Now they just recently remastered Ninja Gaiden 2. I mean, we're getting 2 Ninja Gaiden games this year. I'm excited. If you're not into the whole mainline Ninja Gaiden, then you're getting a from what it looks like, a side-scrolling 2D hack and slash.
Hey, out of curiosity, Champ, are you on a boat? Because you moving around a lot there, bro.
No, I'm not on a boat. I'm just, as I'm talking, I'm moving my arms, so which means I'm also moving my phone.
Yeah, so I did a little bit of quick research on South of Midnight. From what I've gathered so far, it's a third-person action adventure game. According to what it says, players take on the role of Hazel and learns an instant weapon power to blah 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 blah. Yeah, seems pretty interesting. I mean, I got to play it to actually know.
The world building and art style is pretty interesting. Now the gameplay is kind of a wait and see. Like, it looks good in some trailers, and other trailers a little basic. So it's more so like a wait and see thing. And it does the same animation style as like Spider-Verse and Puss in Boots with the frame rate.
My question is though, does anything DEI? Does it smell of DEI?
Oh my god, Champ, chill out with the DEI shit.
I'm just wondering. I'm not trying to be negative here.
Okay, look, Champ. Let me just tell you this, all right? Yes, that it was proven that yes, there was one person or more people involved that worked with like Sweet Baby Inc. and other people who like made some questionable posts, but those are like a few out of like hundreds and hundreds of people who work on a game. And also, champ, there are the majority of games like have studios or people like that. All right, most games, all right, they barely utilize. They're basically just brought in for like a voice and an opinion, like most of the time. You know, stuff like Alan Wake 2 and whatnot. And if if they're making a game or something with like characters that are like a person of color or whatnot to get their perspective. All right, so the so just because that's involved, it doesn't automatically mean it's going to be like a fucking a what Concord situation. All right, there's been many games where that wasn't the case. All right, like I'm sorry, Champ, I knew the moment you saw like, oh, a black woman protagonist game.
It's not. It's not. I'm not thinking how woke is. I'm was thinking this game looks good. Don't get me wrong. The game looks good, but because we've had a lot of good looking games like this come out and then saying, yeah, they had a little bit of wokeness in it. It's just like, are we going to after the whole once
Tim,
Sweet
man.
Baby Inc. is gone, we're going to have that era of uncertainty and what how I'm questioning Shouts of Midnight right now. It's just like, is it until we have
Yeah, he
like
finally
Joker says
hold on.
Yes, so you're asking this just because it's a game of, that's diverse and has a black female protagonist, or that's why
No,
you're
hold on
asking.
one
no,
second, guys.
I'm asking because we're coming into that
Yeah, his basement looks good because he's finally cleaned it. Took him a while, but he got it.
Yeah, okay. And well, yeah, look, there might be, sure, there might be woke stuff in it, and because of, the lead community manager and other people, sure. But
Yeah.
again, the majority of time it isn't the case, and despite people like that being involved, you can't just like worry about it. If it happens when the game comes out, then sure, criticize it. But it's like it doesn't happen that often in games as like people cry about and make it out to be it. Like you don't get that many Saints Row like remake situations, right? Just it looks like a good game so far. That's the only thing that matters at the moment, and we'll see if that bleeds through. But for the most part, it isn't, and yeah.
So I was looking up something with it real quick, just for shits and giggles. Looks like they have a collector's edition that you can get that comes with a bunch of stuff.
Oh, and that's interesting. They don't do that too often. I wonder if they have a physical collection though, but that's pretty rare. I mean, I know they weirdly that Banishers game did it, the one that like nobody played. So I don't know if it's any good or not, but yeah, it's not as common anymore. But also the game that South by Midnight game. It is by the studio that did We Happy Few, and they were bought by Microsoft as one of the studio acquisitions, Compulsion Games. Some years back, and while We Happy Few, it was a bit disappointing because it was in like development hell and from the crowdfunded thing, and there were like mechanics and with like the hunger meter and everything and thirst meter that was a little outdated for games when it was finally released. So it's it isn't perfect by any means. It was a bit of a disappointment, but as I said at the time, though, the big thing with the studio acquisitions like that isn't that the game that's the most recent game that's coming out with them when they buy a studio. It's the future, and like We Happy Few kind of failed because of it being in development hell with crowdfunded and everything, but they clearly showed though their world building with it was insane. So when once you put in with Microsoft with the funding and everything, they could do some great things. And by the looks of it, They are, and yes, I do agree though, Tim. Yeah, the gameplay is the biggest question mark. We'll have to wait and see, but yeah.
Yes. But it's just with We Happy Few, what they did with the game is wonderful because the
Fucking Tim.
story though, it's like how bad does it kind of shows like how bad a war can traumatize a whole community or a whole fucking country. Like,
Yo,
and just having,
let me interject with this real quick because I just did a little more research. So for $49.99, you actually get, up to 5 days early access of, south of midnight full game. You also get a digital access to the digital art book, which is about 160 pages, which is not bad.
not
A
bad.
digital comic book, original soundtrack, music video, and a documentary of the director's cut. That's not bad for $49.
That's not bad.
There is a lot of games that are out there that they're collector's edition. Like I know perfect example, the last expansion for World of Warcraft. The expansion was $200, and it came in a giant box, and it didn't really offer much.
Yeah.
But with this, for like $50-$60, you're getting all this stuff, plus you're getting access to the game 5 days early.
Yep.
Which I have to say is not bad at all because it seems pretty interesting. I mean, it grabs my attention, and for me to grab my attention, it has to pique my interest.
What grabs my attention out of this developer direct was Doom: The Dark Ages. Like the first Doom, you were more focused with running and gunning, just like moving with your movement. Second game, now you had to get a little bit more vertical with your running and gunning. Now, this game, they want you to get up close and personal. They literally said, okay, they said, okay, let's see how you do with a ball and chain, a shield, and yeah, we'll give you what you want. We'll give you some arsenal of guns, but we're mainly giving you the whole melee aspect. We're allowing you to get a lot more visceral with those hits. And because if anyone has seen the developer direct and when they showed off Doom: The Dark Ages, I got really excited because this game looks gorgeous. Like you have, like they're going into the past with the Doomslayer. I kind of set this up. This is I think from what they said is that this is a prequel before Doom 2016, if I'm right. But I'm more
Yeah, it's a prequel.
Yeah, it's a prequel, but it's like I'm glad they're like telling what's going to happen. What before Doom 2016, like we kind of been wondering like what like with since Doom Eternal, what happened in this man's past. And I'm just excited to get my hands on this game. Like it comes out on Game Pass, so
Yeah, as the majority do, yeah.
Yeah, majority of these do come out on Game Pass, but it's just like, do you want to wait until it hits Game Pass, or do you want to get a early access?
I mean, for $49, bro, I think the early access might actually be worth it.
Yeah.
They were talking about on the developers direct of another game, Vision of Manor. That I'm looking at it right now just to
Yeah, that
game looks really good just from it. So
yeah, well, that came out I think already. It was from last year. That or it's coming out this year still.
I think they said it was coming out this year.
Yeah, it already came out. Yeah, it was shown the last direct. Yeah. It was received kind of mixed, depending who you ask. Like Steam, it has a 7 out of 10. GameSpot gave it a 5 out of 10. IGN gave it an 8 out of 10. As for
Wow, IGN actually giving a good review to a game.
yeah,
I
and
mean,
the highest,
IGN does have some decent abilities when it comes to reviewing of games, man. Like they're not.
IGN I think is over.
Welcome,
Like
Moon. Welcome.
look,
Thank
they
you.
deserve
Yeah.
the hate, they get, as like almost all publications for like the bullshit they pull, but at the same
Yes,
time,
because
every publication like that in the industry, especially the game industry, is pretty horrendous and with their actions. Like IGN is like far from like the worst, especially when, a lot of the criticisms is just people being mad at their opinions, and also it's like a whole branch of like multiple people doing reviews. So, there's a handful of reviewers who do their stuff sometimes that are well received, and they people like there are far worse ones like Konami, sorry, not Konami. What are they called again? Yeah, it's Kotaku and
yeah, Kotaku and all them.
like there's far worse, but yeah, I mean they're still not great. Like I
Yeah.
would say GameSpot is even worse as well. But yeah, and on just to say on Metacritic at least, it's has like around a 75 out of 100 for critics, and then an 8.3 for user. But that's on PlayStation, and then on like PC and Xbox, it's a little different, but still in the same range, just for that Visions of Mana game. But anyway, yeah, I mean, yeah, Doom, yeah, looks great, but the other thing though, with all the games announced at that direct, besides Ninja Gaiden 4, is all coming out fairly soon. It's April and May for those 3 games.
Yep.
And yeah, Doom looks great.
Yeah.
I waited for it.
South of Midnight's releasing on April 8th, 2025. Ninja Gaiden 4 is supposed to be out in the fall of 2025.
Yes, Ninja Gaiden 4 is coming out in the fall of 2025.
Yes,
So-
and Expedition 33 is coming out in April 24, and I wanted to talk about that game because unlike Champ, no, I think it.
We should definitely talk about it then, bro.
Yeah,
No,
like
go ahead, talk about it.
again, I don't, we'll see, if it lives up to the hype or not, but just from
Yes.
everything I see, the world, just like South by Midnight, the world building looks excellent. I love the art style of it and the enemies and everything. It
Yes.
has a cool premise, the turn-based action and everything looks very interesting. Yeah,
So
everything they showed.
My biggest complaint here is it's an RPG. Like if you would have done,
just don't like the genre.
no, it's not that. Like if you would have done it like a rhythm action adventure, that would actually pretty be good because you can't just button mash.
What do you mean?
A lot of games you can't. To be fair, a lot of games you can't
action.
just button mash because if you try to button mash, you'll fail.
Yeah, like Champ, this game hasn't even come out. How do you know the game's like this? You don't know how like the RPG and like turn-based elements work in it. Like from what we've seen, it looks good, and it looks
It looks good.
Looks
Yes.
good for it. Yes.
So, like, going back to the IGN, I'm not trying to backtrack for y'all, but
All good.
You're good.
So, like,
it's fine, bro. You missed some of the shit, so your input matters too.
for
Yeah.
how everyone is saying like some games are like by IGN, like their reviews are really off-putting, which I do absolutely agree with.
Yeah.
Like Shadows actually got a pretty good review from IGN, but my doubt is it's kind of like what happened with Diablo 4.
Yes.
Like Diablo 4 had like a 9 point something review from IGN, if I remember right. And then when it released,
check it up real quick.
I'm pretty sure it was like a 9 something review. I might be wrong, but when it hit, it bombed. Like the game was absolute dog shit, and that's sad because I love the Diablo series.
Yeah, I'm actually a huge Diablo fan too. Even before it came to what it is today, I remember playing it back in the day as well.
Like I have a max level druid and a rogue in Diablo 4. Paragon level 180, and even with the new expansion that they just released, it's nothing. So like, I'm hoping that Shadows and especially Doom. I'm really hoping they actually, because Doom is a freaking
Do you mean Assassin's Creed Shadows?
yes. Assassin's
I
Creed
don't have
Shadows.
much hope for that, but we'll see. When it releases.
Diablo 4 got a 9 out of 10 from IGN.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
not a bad review, though. I mean,
That's
that's not
not
a 10, but it's still not a bad
review,
review.
yeah.
but
I mean, the thing though, you have to remember though, Champ and Tony, with like game publications like IGN, is certain games they review like IGN and everything, and certain RPGs they've been historic with it. Since you have to put many hours in them. A lot of the time, the people they get to review them, they barely play them and just take some like screenshots in game and then like make their reviews and either
Yep.
slamming them or overpraising
Like
them,
Champ does
and they
from time
say
to
things that like aren't even in the games. They get caught with lies and everything, especially with that well, I forgot with the game. It was like that evolution game, like
yep, I was gonna say
Monkey.
that's not a bad review, but when Diablo 4 came out, my God, was that riddled with bullshit bugs, and like I bought the game. I uninstalled after a while. Like it was that bad.
I have to give credit where credit's due. I mean, with the new expansion, they fixed a lot of the stuff, but with nowadays, like, especially if we're trying to talk about like Diablo 4 and like Blizzard, like altogether,
Yeah.
they altogether, Blizzard is no more than just completely, they release a game half-assed, and then when they release the next patch, then all the bugs are fixed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Like, that's a lot of the games nowadays, actually, to be honest with you. Like, a lot of game developers nowadays, Cyberpunk, Diablo 4.
Hold on. I'm going to stop you right there. Yes, Cyberpunk was god awful on release. But
Folks,
they
we knew this one was
fucking
coming.
said, no, we're not going to allow our game to just die off like this. They literally sat there and worked their asses off to fucking fix these bugs.
Sure, and it is great now. I will just say though, with Cyberpunk, while it is great now and they did fix that and everything, unlike other games where that happened, and because they didn't know how to like handle the interviews and promote it and everything, because they were a smaller studio like No Man's Sky. Cyberpunk's like it was very
Cyberpunk
corrupt at
is
first
made
how
by
they did
CD
it. Like
Projekt Red.
they were a big studio that knew what they were doing. They with like trying to con their player base at launch, like purposely like showing certain gameplay and like all the early reviews they did, like unlike studios like No Man's Sky and everything that with those games. But also the other thing is that it is a great game now.
It's a very good game.
Flies.
But
I even went back and finished it.
Yeah, but what I also will say though is there's still like half of the things they promised in Cyberpunk still aren't in the game, and they never will be.
Yeah,
unlike
well,
games like No Man's Sky, where they pretty much added everything.
What they originally promised with Cyberpunk was having a multiplayer aspect to the game. They never were able to get that in the game because all these bugs and all this shit that was plaguing it, they had to axe whatever they had planned and work their asses off to fix this game.
Well, it's not just that; just many aspects just are still missing, and they'll probably never be added. And with how
can I intervene with you guys' conversation for a minute?
Go ahead, Tony.
All right, cool, perfect. All right, so since we talked about the one game that just came to the developer direct, I actually was looking a little further into the games, and one of the games that actually crossed my path was the new Doom game.
Yeah.
And I would like to actually, put a clip up real quick of the intro to the game. And I'd love to talk a little bit about that. And then we can jump back to Cyberpunk, because as a matter of fact, I'm one of the few people that just recently got Cyberpunk after all the time that it's been out. have not played it yet, definitely stoked to play it and get some, hands-on
Well, you
with the
made the
game
right
before I start
decision.
talking about it.
You made the
Oh,
right
yeah.
decision.
Like, I mean, Joker has told me about it. Champs told me about it. Moon of Lights told me about it. Cole's told me about it. It just took me a little more time to be like, wait, should I really try it out? So I'm gonna be starting it. You can see me playing it live within the next few days. I'll be playing it, and I'll put my little spin to it. But if everybody's cool with the video clip, I'm gonna play it real quick for Doom, the Dark Ages, and then
go
we can
ahead,
get some
play
insight
it.
about what everybody wants to think.
Go ahead,
All
play
right.
it. God, get my balls in a vice. That game looks good.
Yo, I literally, dude, I was like, the minute I was on the edge of my seat with it because I'm seeing things and loving it. So while the trailer was playing, I actually took a look at what you get for the collector's edition, which the collector's edition's a tad bit steep. It's sitting at right at $200, and that's before taxes and whatever state you live in. And then I started looking at the things it comes with, and kind of worth it. I mean, it literally says that it comes with the Dark Ages Premier Edition or Premium Edition gaming disc, 2 days early access, which is not bad because honestly, if I get to play it before everyone else, it's gonna definitely be the talk of the next show coming up when it's released.
Yeah.
And it also comes with a 1-foot Doom style statue, shield, sword, and detachable super shotgun. Now that seems pretty cool. I'm not really a fan of statues much, but I do know that Moon Lunar, God, I butchered your name. My bad, bro. He's more into stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure that'll be something that him and his uncle would probably want to get because they're into that. And then I was looking at the digital art book and soundtrack. Now I'm a little disappointed because the digital art book, I can't physically hold it and be able to look at it, which, with World of Warcraft and Diablo and all those other games that are out there, you actually get a physical digital book and you can look through the artwork and so forth and so on. It makes it really great.
Yeah,
but it does come with a steelbook case, which I guess is a plus, and it looks like there's a little something else here with it too, which is not bad.
Most games nowadays, when you get something that comes with an art book, it's probably going to be digital and it's going to sit there right on your system. Like, what happens if I need to make room? I'm going to have to get rid of this.
But see, as a collector, because I am a collector of a few things. I mean, you guys have seen what I have hanging around in my room. As a collector, I like to be able to physically touch and hold something, especially given the circumstances that I'm spending $200+ on something I would like to know that my $200 didn't go to waste.
Yeah.
Granted, the statue is, phenomenal. The artwork to the statue is beautiful. I love how they sculpted. I see the way they did it. Everything about it is absolutely phenomenal. The only issue I have is having a digital book. I'd rather have an actual
That's
book.
the only issue here, because if you're having a digital
when I go to events, especially if I go to an event where they do like the whole Doom thing, I would love to have signatures.
Yeah.
Because then I can display them.
I'm not taking my Xbox to a convention. Because why the fuck?
I wouldn't recommend it. It might not last long.
Yeah, it may not last long, or I may be shot and killed and have that shit taken from me outside the fucking convention center. I'm going to take 10 steps. Someone's going to fucking blast a hole in me.
To be fair, Chip, I don't think you'd have to worry about that, because with that snaggletooth of yours, them motherfuckers can turn around and run as soon as you show them the nibbles.
So
no, someone's going to blast a fucking hole in my head.
I want to hear Viper talk or whatever.
All right, so Champ, let Viper give his opinion real quick, and then we can go back to what you think about it.
Yeah.
So, first thing, Tony, I sent you a photo. I'm not sure if you want to pull that up. As a collector, collector editions are usually my thing. Like, I have every single collector's edition of World of Warcraft, and the art books are part of them. But based on the trailer, I'm not sure if anyone else got it, but like, it was like Warhammer Online. Like, it gave like the and what's the other one? Something Soldier. It was not that long ago released, but it was like the combine of those plus Doom, and you know what? It looked pretty badass. Don't get me wrong. I'm not really been a huge fan of the Doom series, in my own opinion. But I love Warhammer. I love what the hell is that? That's that game.
I mean, if you want, I can pull it up real quick, so we could see the collection you have.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, and I do collect things myself. I mean, I don't really buy like collector's editions of games, but I do have a lot of collectibles, physical ones, and bobbleheads. And just recently I bought like this very rare limited edition, like Alan Wake 2 thermos collectible thing for like 150. But yeah, I'm like trying to collect like one of each thing I'm passionate about. But yeah.
So with in that photo that Tony brought up.
There we go. You guys can see it?
No,
we can see your face though.
Yeah. There are some missing off that shelf. Like there is some in the next room next to me because there's not enough shelving for them. But I think it's like 2 or 3 of them are not up there. But you can see like one's still in a cellophane. Every single one of them has everything still intact. They'll have art books. If I want a collector's edition, that's what I want. I want hard copies. I'm not gonna go like the statue. Ooh,
like if you see in the picture, I'm hoping you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. He's got all these collections. He's got like every World of Warcraft from like the beginning to current. So he's a big time collector. I think his uncle is a lot more of a collector than he is, but then again, his uncle's also been around a lot longer too. But remember, you can start at any age when it comes to collecting. You could, like, perfect example, me. To jump off game topic for a second, I know everybody's familiar with the Hess trucks. I've been collecting the Hess trucks since I'm a baby. I have an endless amount of Hess trucks. And, they may not be worth something at this point, but at some point they'll be worth something.
Yeah.
But a lot of people collect because it's something they're passionate about.
I mean, you didn't get the full image of the bookcase because the rest of the bookcase is filled with all my other collectible anime figures. Like I have.
Oh shit! You're about to make Champ gush in his pants.
I have everything from let's see, Cowboy Bebop, all the way from Attack on
Oh.
Titan,
Oh, you have Attack on Titan and Cowboy Bebop. Shit.
Spy X Family. I have Demon Slayer. I even have bins full of anime figures, man. Like,
Nice.
One Piece. I got up here. I got another Nezuko. I got Chainsaw Man. Like, I absolutely agree. Collecting can start at any age.
Mhm.
But the thing is, like, going back to like the Doom like collector's edition, like my strongest thing is that, like, if you're gonna give like an art book and you're charging $200 and you're not willing to make that a hard copy, that collector's edition then is out of my it's not worth it to me. And the
It's not worth it.
Statue is like meh. I mean, I could see why the value is $200. The statue is probably pretty good in detail.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
from what I can see from the detailing on the statue, there's a lot of intricate details to it. Like it seems like they put a lot of time and effort into painting it, and trying to color code and match everything to what Doom would look like in the actual thing.
Yep.
The only thing I don't like about it is the fact that there's no hardcover book; it's digital.
I mean,
It's
great
digital
example
only. There's
with
no hardcover.
with
Unfortunately.
the new Shadow the World Within expansion for World of Warcraft, the collection, it came with a statue. It also came with a hardcover art book. It also came with limited edition items, pins. So I mean, like, if Blizzard could do it, Doom 100% could have done it.
Yeah, Doom could have done it.
Like, I don't understand that. I'm sorry to cut you off, brother. That's my bad.
No, you're perfectly good, dude.
Yeah.
Like, if Blizzard can make all this shit for their game, why can't you do it? Like,
I mean, look at Bethesda with what's the new game? What's the game they just released? Oh my God, why are they?
Starfield?
Oh, Indiana Jones, right?
Oh yeah, Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones, right? Their like collector's edition came with a statue of him and the art book.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, it's standard edition. Like, if you're gonna get even if you go back to the old days of Call of Duty, right? When you bought the collector's edition, you got a little goodie, and you got the art book, and you got some things that the developers thanked you.
Yeah.
Those things have made those collector's editions special to us gamers.
Yes.
These people, these other collector's edition from these other companies nowadays, there's nothing special about them. A statue, that doesn't mean shit to me. It really doesn't.
I
It's
do.
not
What
the
you do?
collector.
It's a statue.
I do.
Like,
I agree. I mean, I'm personally like cool of just like buying games and stuff digital now, and just so it doesn't get damaged over time. I'm cool with it, and with like Game Pass and everything. But if you're gonna do like physical stuff still or collectibles, and yeah, like it really dropped off. Stuff like that back in the day was so much cooler and better.
yeah.
and satisfying.
I mean, remember
like-
when what is it? Call of Duty Ghosts, I think? They gave you a freaking pair of night vision goggles. Were they shit
Fuck
night
yes,
vision
that was the
goggles?
baddest shit that you could ever get.
The
I
COD ones
actually
were always
remember that.
great. Yeah, the COD ones were always great. They did like the RV car, and then they did the mini fridge. I wish I actually got the mini fridge.
I mean,
Yeah.
like that stuff, that was badass. I mean, it really made us gamers actually feel like we were appreciated for buying this type of stuff. It really did. But like, if you look at the brand new, if you look at what the hell's that? The new Assassin's Creed game that's coming out, right?
Oh,
They
yeah.
have a collector's
Shadows.
edition coming out.
Yeah.
Shadows, collector's edition Shadow. You know what you get? You get in-game items. You don't get anything hard copy anymore. Like, there is
Yeah.
nothing hard. Like,
Yeah, it's just the equivalent of the horse armor again.
pretty much. That's
Comment.
it. Also, like, I bought the collector's edition of Assassin's Creed Mirage, right? The one that was in Egypt. I was expecting to get a box that's like goodies instead of it. No, I just got in-game items. I was like, I'm never doing this crap again. This isn't worth my money.
Yeah.
Like, they give you some OP items that ruins the game. It really does, because you sit there and one-shot your enemies throughout the entire game.
Well,
And
depending on what difficulty you're playing on, it may be useful.
listen, I usually play the game at the hardest difficulty. But when the first boss you come up to and you literally one-tap him, there is no fun in that.
No,
It is to
definitely
me.
not. Especially, yeah, maybe for you because you like it easy, bro. But people that actually want to get into the game and want to be wrapped up in it and lose a sense of reality, they want to be able to pound on the boss and do it with a bunch of people, not go in there and be like, ta-da, now give me my gift.
Like it's like the immersion. Like I'm not sure if anyone else agrees with this, but like the last game I really got immersed in was Cyberpunk, right?
Thank fucking Christ. Yeah, that's the last game I've been getting immersed in.
But I mean, I put over 3,000 hours of Cyberpunk, 3,000 hours into Cyberpunk.
Oh my fucking god.
I mean, I've beat Phantom Liberty. I have a build for I've done the Corporal. I've done freaking Street Kid. I've done Nomad. I have a different build for every single one of them. But even with mods and everything like that, you know, the immersion ends after a while.
Yes.
And with all like the new games coming out, like I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, Doom is immersive. I really am. Because
Here's the thing, though.
I mean, it looks pretty good. So,
it does.
I mean, we can only hope that it's going to be good enough to actually make it a game that you want to be lost in. Like there's games for VR and shit.
I love this. Sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
go ahead, bro.
it's okay. But I was just wanting to say with Cyberpunk, I think if you've beaten it so many times, I would say grab a VR headset, add the mod that allows you to play it in VR, and just immerse yourself that way.
You see, but the thing about Cyberpunk is that you have, I think it was like 20-something endings. That's why you had to do so many playthroughs in order to get all the endings. Because you don't know if you made a mistake over here, what type of ending you were going to get. That's the whole thing about the replayable about Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
So, like, but I mean, like, the whole thing about immersion is like, Baldur's Gate is another great example. Right? You can get immersed in Baldur's Gate for days. Literally lose track of time because that's how in depth Baldur's Gate can get. That's why RPGs in general, in my opinion, are really a really special. They hold a special part in my heart because everything you do to your character gives you some type of power up or some type of movement ability or something that really makes you feel like your person's actually getting stronger.
Yeah.
But it's not to the point where you can go start one-shotting like the next boss. No, it's still a challenge.
It's still a challenge, especially with the Cyber Psychos. You got a good gun. Don't worry. Like I'm now to the point where I've started Phantom Liberty. I'm using Johnny Silverhand's fucking OP gun. Like it too to the point where it's just like you're one-shotting them, but shit, dude, with that gun of Johnny's, I aim for the head. It's just taking a good chunk. I have not switched off that gun.
I'm not trying to talk about the weaponry and something like that because we got a homeboy in here who hasn't played.
But yeah, I haven't played, so I don't need it ruined for me, champ, because honestly, if you ruin it for me, I'm going to play the clip that shows you what happens when you go against the family.
Hey, that's the only thing I'm going to talk about because I ain't going to ruin the game for you.
Like that. I mean, like, I'm just going to give you I'm not going to ruin the game, but I'm just saying that, like, there's so much replayability, and I'm really hoping, like, there's more games of that coming out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really hoping to see, like, I'm not sure if anyone is keeping in tabs with Cyberpunk with the new sequel coming out, but I mean, there's really good development with it, and I'm hoping that they don't freaking half-ass release another game.
Because
the
here's
Red
the thing
Engine
with Cyberpunk, with the new Cyberpunk that's in development. I do not care. I don't do this with a lot of games. I am not going to watch any press detail.
Oh, I 100% do. Because I want to know what are we going into, like what is the premise of the next game? Because like we've had three Cyberpunk games that have had nothing to do but Night City.
Yeah.
Everything has had to do with Night City. Night City can only be done so many times with different type of stories.
Yes.
I
Hey
mean,
guys, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I just want to let you know, for the people that are viewing and watching the current live stream, I didn't say this before, but if you guys have questions you want to know about a certain video game that we don't discuss on the channel, you're more than welcome to ask in the comments, which will give us topics to talk about different games, because there are games that a lot of us do know, and there are a lot of games that a lot of us don't know that you may know that you could knowledge us on. That'll only be able to make the channel a lot better. So if you guys want, put a comment at the bottom. Obviously, I'll pop it up on screen. Everybody in here will get to see it. And then they can ask the questions they want. Also, recently, Moonlight actually put me on to something that I'd love to put my viewers onto. It's where the hell is my camera? We're losing here for a minute. Okay. So Moonlight recently put me onto this. Respawn. Now, I don't know much about it. I have tried them. They seem pretty good. They're for gamers, by gamers, and they got pretty good flavors. I mean, I like the blackberry vanilla. I also like the guava mango one. They're not bad. Moon, if you want to, tell the people a little bit about this, because you are more in depth with it, because you've dealt with these before, would give me a better understanding with them too. Did we lose Moon?
Yeah, hopefully we'll get it fixed soon.
There we go.
There we go.
You there? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, my
yeah,
shit
it's okay, but yeah, you can talk a bit about Respawn, I guess.
So I'm sorry, I missed your question, Tony. I had a technical error.
All right, not a problem. So basically, the recap, what it is Respawn the candy, the one that's made by Razer. It's something that you put me on to. You know a little bit more about it than I do. I only know about it that it's really good. Was designed by gamers for gamers, but you know a little more in depth about it.
So the Respawn Mint is a natural. It helps you focus. It doesn't have the. It has no caffeine. It doesn't have any sugars involved with it. It has some. It has some natural minerals in it that help you actually focus inside of gameplay. The good thing about it is that there is nothing to have like the nasty withdrawals of like when you drink an energy drink and you have a crash. Well, when you eat a couple of these, you don't have that shit. You don't have that nasty that nasty drop off where you just like, I feel like crap. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
This one just gives you that little nice little energy bump that you just get. Like it's just a nice.
It's just that nice little. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's you just sit there and you're like, you know what, this I can do this. Like I got
this. Is nice.
It's very nice.
It's very nice. Very nice.
Like right now, I'm actually eating while I'm chewing on one of the blackberry vanillas. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I actually like it.
My favorite is the blackberry vanilla, but I also like the yes, thank you. The watermelon. The watermelon's actually my favorite.
The watermelon guava is actually on point. I kind of like it.
But there's one.
They're very hard to find. I wish I could buy them in box instead of buying them individually, because they're like $4 a can.
Actually, if you could, not trying to give away the location, but where I live, that gas station right up the street.
Really?
They're like.
If you guys want to know, we do have a special guest on down here with me. But she's getting a little bit restless.
Did you finally bring the puppy?
Yeah, the puppy's right by me.
Just to fill everybody in with the whole puppies, Champ is a nurse mother to a bunch of puppies.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, the reason why he's losing his hair is because they stress him out. But as like any parent, when it comes to kids, if they didn't stress you out, it wouldn't be worth it.
It wouldn't be worth it. And right now, this little shit's getting restless.
Got to do something with him, champ. Also,
Well, she keeps
we're gonna be
up to me.
we're gonna be coming up to our question and answer segment. As of this moment, Casper is not with us, but I just spoke to him and he explained that he was dealing with something that he'll jump in. So hopefully he'll be in within the next 5-10 minutes. Then we can actually do the question and answer segment. We did a lot of covering tonight on a lot of different games. The comments were on point. I appreciate everybody taking the time to actually come in and talk with us and watch the videos. Like I said before, we are having a giveaway for this episode. So if you're not currently a subscriber to the channel, and it's Offroadgaming's YouTube channel, you can see the live show. If you missed it, it'll be there. We're going to be doing one giveaway. It's going to be a $25 gift card for Xbox Live or a $25 gift card for PlayStation Network. Unfortunately, I'm not too familiar on how to do the whole gift cards for PC, so this is more going to be like a console-based giveaway. So if you're on PC, if you're on Xbox or if you're on PlayStation, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and leave your opinions on what you thought of the show, what could be improved, maybe possibility of some other stuff.
Yep.
And then when we do the next show in 2 weeks, we'll pick a random subscriber, and then we'll be giving away some goodies.
Yep.
We're gonna have more giveaways like this at some point. Eventually, we'll be doing a big giveaway, but as of right now, we're just gonna start with the little ones.
Yes, we are.
Since y'all the console people, in future,
fuck you console players. I like PC. No, I'm kidding.
in the future, I'll be more around, and I will hook up the PC gamers that are in here. I know what the freaking gift cards to give away from them.
So yeah, I don't know, Mooner. I don't know where he came up with Mooner. I don't know why I'm butchering this man's name. He's a boy of mine, but he's very heavy in the PC industry. The man is on point with shit.
Yep.
He's also getting into, which I'll actually give you a little bit of background on him real quick. He's actually in the industry to where he builds custom computers. He is in the process of working on logos and a channel. You guys can check him out in the future, see what everything's about. Maybe you can collab, do some business with him. We're always trying to help people out. Cole is actually another individual that has done multiple, and I do mean multiple, podcasts on different channels across the world. He's been on a bunch of different shit. He's currently on this one. He also is on the Joker's Corner, as well as he's also got some projects going on as well. And then we have Uncle Chippy, a.k.a. the Champ 2025.
Yep.
His gaming knowledge in the gaming industry is on point. He does have some things to learn. Tonight he was actually a lot better than normal, which I'm praising it for tonight. Yeah, we know where you can stick that finger, but we're gonna keep it PG for the moment. But he also has a YouTube channel as well. I think he has a Twitch channel as well. I'm not 100% sure.
I have a Twitch, I have a YouTube, but I don't stream. I don't even fucking post content.
But also on the next show, we're also going to be uploading some clips from our recent game in Fortnite. We have me trying to get Godzilla, which was a task and a fucking half in itself. We also have the Turtle Pizza Party we did. So there's a lot of things to come up in the next show. And you guys can definitely check it out.
Torturing this pet, man.
Oh, Maron. You know what? I'm doing the family thing now because you went there. You fucking went there.
You were like a brother to me. To all of us. Yeah. Tony, that I said.
that's usually what happens when you go against the family.
Don't care. It had to be done. It had to be done.
Had to be. All right, so I don't know what's going on with Casper, so we're gonna come to our next segment. It's gonna be the question and answer segment. I'm gonna play a little clip.
Actually, I do have to head out now, so apologies, but yeah.
Not a problem, Cole, man. It was definitely a blast having you on the channel, bro.
Yes, it was a blast.
Yeah, all good, but
definitely
before
like having you on here, man, bro. Next week we'll do the show in another 2 weeks.
Thanks, but before I did have to go, though, there was one thing I just wanted to bring up quickly. I don't know if I did it on the last stream already, but again, there was news with again for like a video game movie that was announced a while ago with director Andy Muschietti getting the rights, and after like years of silence, he confirmed again that he's still writing it. It's still supposedly happening, which was the Shadow of the Colossus film. And me personally, I'm not too excited for it if it's true, just because I mean,
people just want to fucking jerk this game off.
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, I'm not. Have you even played the games? Like what?
No, but like, no, and basically, it's one of those games that would piss me off really quick. It's just sitting there, chasing down a Colossi for God knows how long, trying to climb up it.
I mean, it's pretty amazing. It's one of my favorite games all time. Just the atmosphere is beautiful, the music, and yeah, it's the fights and everything. It's just gorgeous.
You gotta have something a little bit more to entice me to play it.
I mean, I think there is if you give it a chance. I think there's lots and variety, but regardless. So with that like film, again, I'm not excited because I mean his track record has been pretty poor. Like he did the first It remake, which was good, but it was kind of a fluke because Chapter 2 was kind of a failure, and so was his horror film Maw, and then The Flash. But also the other reason is I just don't have any hope in them doing it properly. I feel like that they'll just cut corners. They'll like lower it to there only being like 4 or 5 Colossuses that they kind of combine together. I feel like the pacing will be all off. They're gonna like cut a lot of the filler pacing off, or then it won't feel the same. And then if they were to make it into a show, then I feel like it would get too repetitive, and then I feel like they'll just screw up on the music and the action scenes where it just will feel like Clash of the Titans. And then I also feel like that they'll try to add some stupid like character backstory every time he passes out and like teleports back at those moments every time he kills a Colossus, the character, which will just be annoying and unneeded and cliche. But
you don't need to be making a movie about this game. There are other games.
That's my thoughts, but yeah.
And there are other games that could use a movie that are really good. But that game, no, don't. Just don't.
Well, I mean, you haven't played it, champ. Maybe you should watch a no commentary walkthrough of it. But regardless, I agree. Not because the game isn't amazing, but because, yeah, it just doesn't need one. And I don't think they can adapt it properly. I mean, they would have to cut a lot of corners or would really need a skilled director to do it. Then Andy Muschietti is not it.
If they do this, it's going to be as bad as Borderlands. It's going to fucking set the fucking game, the game adaptation.
Yo, I didn't even see Borderlands, but I honestly have to say I was not really thrilled about the previews I seen for it. They tried to take too much of the game and make it into a movie.
Yeah, it was one of the lowest rated films of the year. That's all you have to. It's like worse than Cats in the ratings.
It's trying to set back good video game movie adaptations a good 20 years with that movie.
Yeah, but anyway, so I got a dip now, but yeah, I just wanted to get that out there. Anyway, see you all later.
Yeah,
brother.
All right, well, thank you for joining us, Cole. All right, so we got another special guest jumping in. We're just waiting for her to confirm if she's going to be able to. Also, Casper will be here in a minute or two. So I actually want to touch on something I was reading about BlizzCon. So I've noticed that BlizzCon is going to happen this year. I know that it didn't happen. I don't remember when was the last time BlizzCon was going on.
It happened last year. So no, it didn't happen. Yes, it happened last year. That's when we got the announcement for the next 3 expansions of World of Warcraft. That's
Cool,
also
cool.
where we got the announcement for the expansion of Diablo 4, which in the next podcast I will be sharing some highlights of that because I have played through it completely, even though Diablo 4 in the beginning sucked ass. The
Yeah.
expansion actually did bring life back to the game. It did. But back to BlizzCon, as Tony, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Tony. I will be attending that this year.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to get in on that because I want to go. I've been talking about going to BlizzCon for years, like back in Wrath of the Lich King days, years. So I want to see if I can get to go to that because if I can, that will definitely be my ultimate, bucket list complete. So
I'm going basically on a hope that maybe they do an announcement for maybe a Overwatch, or we get more development on their other survival / RPG game that they have been in development of. That's still a lot of hush hush, not really much being announced. But if there is something in the works, and Blizzard has touched on it, but there's not, we don't really know what is happening. Maybe this year we might actually get an announcement on it. Maybe the name, maybe some more graphic designs.
well, I mean, at least we don't have to worry about not getting shafted with the collector's editions, like some companies. Blizzard's
You're
always
very
been on
correct.
point with their collector's editions. I'm very, very pleased to want to spend my money with them because at least I know I'm getting my bang for my buck.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. Like I have the Diablo 3 collector's edition. When besides that, the World of Warcrafts, I even have the one of the Overwatch collector's editions. Every single one of them are unique. There's nothing like there's no copy and paste between all the expansions of any of the games. Like they all have their own unique little kick to them. Like for example, if we go from
Champ, you need one of these, bro.
I do need one of those, but I also have a pupper who's getting very restless down here.
like if you look at the Diablo collector edition, right?
Yeah.
That came with some in-game items, just like any other collector edition would. But that came with its own statue and a book and its own pins from the game. World of Warcraft, on the other hand, it came with a different type of in-game items like a mount, a pet, and all their. You got the mouse pad, you got art book, and there's one of them you get a thing from the actual development team of Blizzard with their own signatures in them.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it all depends on what they do with it too, because remember, Blizzard has always been ahead of the curve when it comes to like collector's editions, and they never disappoint.
I can't say that they've been ahead, but they know what
They do a better job than most, though.
I mean, Blizzard as of late has been half-assing everything. They killed
That's
off
not
Overwatch for their shitty, fucked up sequel. The fucking Blizzard sex scandal.
Okay, like when Blizzard was owned by Activision, I give that to you. Blizzard was going downhill very fucking fast. They were not listening to us. But when Dragonflight hit after Shadowlands, a lot of games got a lot of reworks. They started listening to the community again. So I mean, it brought back life to like World of Warcraft was dying, right? That's one of their biggest sellers out there is World of Warcraft. I've been playing the game since Burning Crusade, since I was 6 years old. I have many years into the game, and I remember when it was the biggest and when I saw it the smallest. Now, when Microsoft took over Activision, which took over everything from Call of Duty to World of Warcraft to Overwatch, they brought life back into those games.
Yeah.
Overwatch is actually a good game right now because they went through and actually retuned everything. They actually put time into it. Look at a lot of streamers. They said that, you know what? In the beginning of Overwatch, they didn't touch it. They played it for a couple matches and they said, fuck this game, right?
I mean, right now, look at freaking Marvel Rivals.
Marvel Rivals has just as many players as Overwatch as we speak. You know what? And I give credit to that. I absolutely do. No, Marvel Rivals is a good game. But, you know, I'm a Blizzard fanboy.
I know you are. It's just I could tell because you're passionate. It's just like, but now it's just like Overwatch can't just rest on its laurels anymore. It has to now start innovating.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm hoping that maybe this year at BlizzCon we might get an announcement of Overwatch 3 where they actually sit there and actually do the proper reworks and actually give love back to the game that so many people love.
Yes. Like, kill Overwatch. Like, here's what I'm hoping. This is high hopes. Overwatch 3, now it's single player, like story content, along with multiplayer. You can actually fucking kill off Overwatch 2 because for a long time that game was ass.
So the thing about the single player aspect is that that's not part of those type of games.
They said they were going to add single player. The reason why they killed Overwatch 1 is because they had a.
They do have a single player portion, but it's not. That's not what the game is about. The game is about what is it? 6-on-6 PvP.
Yeah, I get that, but
that's what the game's about. There's no. Yeah, sure, you have behind the scenes lore and like little like clips and stuff like that. But look at like League of Legends, right? Look at League of Legends, Smite, and all those other games that are just identical. That are just, but League of Legends is just top-down view instead of like Smite and Overwatch are first person or third-person view.
Yeah.
Right. It's just the different type of aspects of the game, and you don't see League of Legends or Smite having a single-player option. Like they don't have it's not part of that. It's just not part of that genre.
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of like if you were to bring back like the old MOBA games like Warcraft or Starfield or StarCraft. God. Like those games were huge back in the day, but bringing back now, they probably won't get that big of a following because people don't want single player; they want multiplayer games.
They want multiplayer games, and that's what pisses me off. Like back in the day, the multiplayer was there, but it was more focused on the story element. Now it's just we want fucking more multiplayer, more multiplayer, online, and what? I'm sorry, I have a. Hey, get away from that little girl. I'm sorry, but it pisses me off.
His loofahs are trying to run away.
No, the puppy is starting to get into shit that she's not supposed to. That's why I said she's getting restless down here.
So the thing about so when you're a game developer and you're trying to make money off the game you're developing, you have to listen to the community of what they're saying.
Yeah.
You have this. So let's break it into an aspect. Imagine like 75% of your community is saying we want a multiplayer aspect, right?
Yes.
And you have 25% we want single player. You can't really rely upon that 25% to make your money. You have to give in to what the players want.
Yes, you got to give in to what the players want, and that's sadly what. And now, because game companies are giving into what the players want, they're also seeing what trends to follow. And now, most games nowadays, they're chasing after Fortnite.
It's not a bad thing that they're chasing those trends, though. I mean, like,
it's not bad, but some games like Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, you need to find your own thing.
Yeah, like the thing, like you know, like I keep on, I hate keep on going back to like the Blizzard aspect, but I mean, like Blizzard has done games for both as long as Anthony and I have both been alive. They've been in the gaming industry.
Blizzard's been around a long time. Brings them back to their Nintendo and Super Nintendo era.
Yeah.
There's actually games that Blizzard made for the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo console.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was when they were like first developing it and trying to get things done with it. As a matter of fact, I don't mean to like change subjects, but Champ, we do have enough for a question and answer segment. If
I
you're up for
get
it.
that, but my dog's really getting antsy.
Okay, so if you want, man, you can take off, and we'll wrap up in a few. I just want to get one more person's perspective on things.
Yes, I normally I'd stay for the end of the show, but tonight I have to really get going.
Yeah, Champ, listen, dude, we're going to reconvene this again back in 2 weeks. It'll be 2 weeks from tonight's show that we'll be doing another one, as I said before, with the whole comments. And hold on.
Yep.
I am definitely not posting that comment. Sorry, Mel. Unfortunately, bro, it's not a nice one. Other than that, I'm going to pop up real quick just so people can see this comment. Before Champ goes, remember, guys, you like, comment, subscribe. Chance for the giveaway. We'll be doing the next giveaway on the next episode. This episode will be to see who's going to join, who's going to follow, who's going to comment.
Yeah.
It's also available to the U.S. only. So, like the States. If you live in like another country, I can't help you.
We're sorry.
We're actually, matter of fact, we might be able to do something with that because it'll be a digital code. But at the end of the day, obviously, 18 and older to enter the giveaway. Parents can, like, comment, and subscribe. You'll get something for their kids, however they want to do it.
Yep.
At the end of the day, it is a $25 gift card, either PlayStation or Xbox. Mooner is going to actually be dealing with the PS aspect.
Yep.
Or the PC aspect, because he's a little more familiar with it than I am. Also, I got to welcome Shazi to the channel. She's with us tonight. Right now, she's currently muted. I have no idea why.
All right.
But other than that, we're gonna go maybe another like 10-15 minutes, if that. I was hoping that Cash would be here tonight. I guess he kind of got stuck. From what I've been told, trying to go through the hoods of Gotham tend to get a little rough.
Yep.
This is what happens when you hang out with the
Joker. I'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.
Peace.
I got my nails done.
Okay, so I think I worked out the mic thing. It popped up on my screen that you had muted me for some reason.
I might have. I don't know. I don't pay attention that far ahead. Anyway, welcome, Shazi. Welcome. We're also joined here by Mooner Light.
Call me Mooner.
You butcher names so bad.
I know
yes,
I
he
butcher
does.
names, but that's one of the things of being
What's
me.
going on? It's another day in paradise, isn't it?
Oh, I know, right? Just perfect cold weather and rain all day long. It's starting to snow. I hate it.
Oh, what the frick?
Everything that we've recapped. I don't know how much of the show you actually watched or how much you paid attention to, but pretty much we basically were just covering everything of the aspect of how and why things are going to be the way they are. Other than that, we didn't get to do the question and answer segment this episode, but we are going to do it next episode, whether I do it and run it myself or we have Champ do it, because it needs to be done. A lot of people have been asking me about the question and answer segments, and it seems like it just keeps getting forgotten Also, we're going to be having a bunch of trailers for the next episode. There's going to be a bunch of more games that we're going to talk about. I do want to touch bases with the video game / movie industry, because there are a couple of video games that were made into movies, Sonic for the example, and there's a couple of others as well. If you guys have any questions, if any points you want to touch on, I know, Shazi, you came in a little late on this episode. You were just kind of like...
Yeah, one of the things I commented on was one of the games I don't know if you guys have ever heard of or ever played much, but it's called Shotgun Farmers.
Shotgun Farm? No, I never heard of it.
Okay, so it's really a really goofy game. So you get to be this really goofy farmer-looking dude. You can buy different skins in the shop, earn them through gameplay. It has a zombies mode. You can go in and it's kind of like 5v5. You can do team deathmatch, capture the scarecrow, or capture the pig, which is a couple different game modes. But essentially, you're trying to defeat the other team and get your victory. But it's goofy movements, and one of the funniest things about this game is your primary weapon is a shotgun that you start off with, but it's a corn on the cob gun, and it shoots like popcorn at your enemies. Now, you also are equipped with a shovel of sorts that you can buy different skins for. My favorite so far for myself has been a fishing pole. I love to go fishing, so I naturally have a fishing pole in this game, and I literally run around behind people, and if you get behind an enemy and you hit them one time with my fishing pole, it's an instant death assassination. So I literally will just run through this game and get about 20 to 25 assassinations just by whacking people with this fishing pole. It really is one of these comical style games. There's tons of different guns. They have a sniper asparagus rifle it's an asparagus sniper. They have like an MP3 or MP, I think it was an MP shooter. So it's a pea shooter that it looks like a pea pod. So a bunch of different crazy aspects of the game. There's a bunch of different levels. You get into horde mode. I think it was like 50 different levels that you can get to, and you can unlock different gear and stuff. One of the cool things was for their winter update that they did, they brought in Krampus as like a big boss in horde mode. So it was really cool being able to battle him and try your luck.
Here, I can share the actual trailer for it if you want.
All you have to do is go to your present, and then you should be able to share it real quick, so people can get a pretty good idea about what it is. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna add it to the stage real quick. We're gonna do this. Ta-da!
So that's an asparagus sniper rifle.
Now that looks kind of cool, actually. The hell?
And as that was a rocket launcher. So yeah, it's a carrot rocket launcher. You have pineapple grenades. You chase some of these you have to catch the chicken and then run. How you earn points is capturing the chicken and running around, keeping it away from your enemy.
Damn, bro, you blew him up with a carrot. What the fuck?
Dude, I'm telling you, man, this game, it goes hard. And you see that little purple cow in the corner, you can go over and milk that cow and get a Molotov cocktail.
That's kind of funny, actually. Shotgun Farms. I'm gonna have to
see there was an assassination. You hit him with the shovel.
It looks pretty.
It's a good one.
I'm gonna definitely have to check it out because it seems like it would be something for me be weird as hell. But I definitely got to check it out.
It would. And I'll admit it is kind of wonky movements at first, but once you get into the flow of it, it is fun. Like there's not many games that will literally have me sitting here giggling my butt off the whole time I'm playing a solo round by myself.
It seems so. We're just at almost an hour and 20 minutes. Sorry that you came in a little late. I'd love to have you on the show next 2 weeks from today. So the next show, I'd love to have you on, Mooner. I would definitely like to have you back again, man. You know, I love the vibe. I love how you bring shit to the table. I also want to thank Colt for being here, even though Colt's no longer here. He had to go. Thank Champ for being here. Surprisingly, he was on point with shit. Shows me that he actually has an interest in the show. Next episode, like I said, we're gonna definitely recap a little bit about what we talked about on this episode. Then going forward, we're gonna talk about. I like to touch bases with Pal World. I think that's what you said the game is, right?
Power.
Yes, I'm good. I'm down for some Power World, man. That they've had a lot of recent updates, a lot of new things coming in and getting fixed. So I think
So,
honestly,
we'll definitely
we
touch
could
on
get a
that next episode
touch
as well.
on that.
Also, Mooner will have some footage for us to look at and be able to review, as well as I'm gonna definitely make sure I get on Champ with the whole question and segment, because I'd like to do some kind of giveaway for the people that are on the show that day to do the giveaway. There's also going to be some other guests to join. Hopefully I could try to collab something with Joker and we can, do something together and, hopefully try to build this channel and make it more of an interesting show with a little bit of comedy if we can throw it in there. But our main focus will be gaming industry. Remember, guys, comment, like, subscribe. I'm also going to put in the video at the end on the YouTube channel a place to donate, because your donations will actually help us be able to do more content for the channel as well as keeping the channel running. Once again, have a good night, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
All right, see you guys.
Peace out.
Gonna let me end it?